I was thinking I'd been such a long time since I'd done one of these videos, campaign videos. Chris Darzinski, U.S. Taxpayers Party, Michigan, congressional candidate, District 13. Please check out the website below in the details line there, www.leadership1776.com. Let's talk the biggest of the big kahunas. This is just my original thinking here, and I've thought about this for decades, and I like my thinking on this, and I think my thinking is right, and I think I'm right. I don't give a damn if anybody else agrees with me or not, even 1%. So this is just what I believe. But religion, politics, let's face it, they'll always be intermingled. Let's don't be children about it. Let's be adults. They're always going to be intermingled, and we will always judge candidates on what their religious beliefs are, what their scientific beliefs are. So let's don't fool each other and lie to each other that it's not that way. So, hey, when I look at candidates for offices, okay, if it's a partisan office, and I check to see if they're pro-life. I say it right here, and I say it loud, I say it proud. I don't apologize for it. If a candidate's pro-choice, I don't expect them to apologize for it. That's their views, okay? And this is America, and you are entitled to your views, and the federal government, along with the state governments and all other governments, they can't do a darn thing about your views. They have no say-so over that at all. But I was thinking about life and the creation of life and this planet and mankind, humanity, Homo sapiens, and all that. So let me see if I can weave this together. I've never tried to weave this together, so you are my test group. Homo sapiens, what are we? Human beings, what are we? We are represented by Homo sapiens. And at some point we will evolve into Homo superior and all that. And of course, before us, Homo erectus, which really is just Homo erectus is, we learned to stand up. So I see a lot of science in the Bible, and I guess maybe it's because I'm a person of science. Did you know you could be a Christian and be a person of science at the same time? Oh, Lordy B, is that possible? Yes, Virginia, it's possible. Yes. You can appreciate the celebration of Christmas as far as fellowship and good cheer with your family and friends, and you can also, 99.9% of that, you can celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus. You can do both at the same time. Yes, you can be a person of science and be a Christian. Believe it or not, one person can be both things and many other things at the same time. Did anybody ever stop to think that in the world of politics, that just because you're one thing, oh, they can't be another thing? No, that's ridiculous. Come on, folks, grow up, wake up, America. All right, so God created man. And of course, he means humanity. Hope the pronouns don't hurt anybody's feelings. So, God created man out of the ground, right? As a scientist, I say, well, this is obviously talking about stellar fusion. So, as Carl Sagan would say, we're all made of star stuff. Did you ever wish that you had Carl Sagan's voice for doing any type of video or documentary? I do. Talk about the man who had the voice to do these kind of things. Star stuff. We are star stuff. The molecules in our body are being swapped out constantly. That's just science. That's the nature of That is the nature of stellar fusion. I encourage you to look up all these terms. I'm not going to go through each individual one. Stellar fusion, of course, is the reaction of how a star like our sun, a very unremarkable medium-sized star, the rate of nuclear fusion is a semi-controlled chaotic nuclear reaction going on in space, and stellar how gravity, from the spinning of a planet, goes from a molten iron core into having particles around it, and then it starts to create an atmosphere, and then it starts to cool as it slows down over billions of years, so forth and so on. So, but yeah, God creating man of the earth, out of the ground and out of the dirt, and that's stellar fusion. More specifically, it is since we are a carbon-based life form, that is carbon fusion, you could say, which is why water is so essential for Homo sapiens to exist on this planet. Then I look at the book of Isaiah. Oh my gosh, and I should have wrote it down before I started this. Somebody who knows their Bible, is it Isaiah 47? Is that where I'm about? My arm stretched out. My arm stretched out the heavens. So, as a scientist, a clear indication that a clear indication to what we refer to commonly as the Big Bang theory, at least in this universe. I mean, I have no idea how God created the other universes out there. Think about that. So, let me bring this back around. So, right there, yeah, it's very simple to me that carbon-based life forms and stellar fusion and that's very clear references in the Bible as to that God created mankind, humanity, Homo sapiens, and of course our DNA is scientifically proven to be just a tinge over 9 billion years old. Our DNA is. But the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. So, is Mars that much older than us? Is that where some of our DNA came from as Mars started to grow old and lose its atmosphere, or however what happened to Mars? I'm just using Mars because they're our closest neighbor as far as a planet that we could actually set foot on. When astronauts are in space, their biological clock, their internal clock, goes from 24 hours to 24.9 hours. 24.9 hours is the rotation, the daily rotation, how long it takes for Mars to rotate on its axis one time. Did you know that? Well, you do now. Okay, yeah. You just, again, decades of research, folks, and understanding science and religion and how things work together, and having a relatively decent engineering mind, and you just start to look at the Bible and apply science to it. And I think about something in Reader's Digest that I read so many years ago. Reader's Digest. Yes, kids, go out there. You can find them. They're very good. What was the quote? I've put this into videos before. When science peers over the top of the mountain of truth, it will find religion waiting for it all along. It's very cool. It's very cool. As a Christian, I just giggle every time I hear that. So, anyway, yes, good science that you apply properly and really methodically using a scientific methodology and all that, and really applying this stuff. It's actually quite simple. I say that after many decades of doing this, and thinking about it, that that science really does prove God, and that God created mankind and this in this planet, life on other planets. Okay, this is why when we finally develop spaceships that can travel to distant star systems and all that, why we need to have a Bible on board. NASA, pay very close attention. Um, so let's take this to the next level now. Okay, we are unique. Okay, there is no other life form on this planet like Homo sapiens. Okay, unique does not mean rare, though. No, in the world of science and in the world of sociology and in the world of politics, rare and unique get intermixed all the time. Drives me crazy. Well, all life forms are unique, so but we're not rare at all. We're not. I really think it is human arrogance combined with human ignorance. Pay attention to the terms I'm using here. Human arrogance and human ignorance that allow us to think that somehow that we, Homo sapiens, are the sum total of God's genius. Really, in the world of science, okay, so what we are looking for out there in the universe, what we're looking for is to contact intelligent life, right? SETI. Okay, so and how do we gauge, judge, and measure intelligent life? All right, so for our needs, that would be a life form intelligent and scientifically, technologically advanced enough to recognize our radio signals and TV signals and whatever, and to decipher that as an artificial signal created by a life form that was capable of doing that. All right, well, that's not a very high bar. If that's where we've set the bar, and all we've done is very crudely at this point learn how to control nuclear power. We're just now getting into quantum level computing. So that's as far advanced as we are. I hate to burst everybody's bubble, but that's a pretty low bar. All right. So, I'll just come out and say it. Okay. God's genius and omnipotence extends way beyond the creation of Homo sapiens on this one planet orbiting an unremarkable medium-sized star. Okay? There are 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy alone. There are, by best scientific estimates, 2 trillion galaxies. Do the math. As far as the number of worlds out there, planets out there, stars out there that are medium sized and have planets orbiting them and have enough of an atmosphere and enough water to allow for carbon-based life forms like ourselves and all that. And I put this right on my website, on my campaign website. If there's an intelligent life form, again, as intelligent as us, just one in every other galaxy, well, that's 1 trillion intelligent life forms in the universe. That right there is a universe teeming with life. So I just look at the math, and I give you my personal guarantee. Looking at it mathematically, overlapping science, overlapping the Bible, and rational logical thinking, there are many, 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 many intelligent life forms in the Milky Way galaxy alone. And if they've evolved at the same level as we have, think about a life form, an intelligent life form that has evolved at the same rate that we have, okay, but is just a little bit ahead of us. They started, let's just say, a million years ahead of us. So they're a million years more evolved than where we are. They've had a million years more than what we have right now. Okay, think of where humanity is going to be in a million years of technology and advancement and all that. So just some things for you to think about. But yeah, God created humanity, and there is a lot of intelligent life out there because, again, intelligent life as defined as life as intelligent as us. All right, everybody, November 5th, exactly 6 weeks away from today. Get out there, research all the candidates for all the offices that you're going to be voting for. All right? And research them well. Make an informed, rational, logical decision based on your own research, based on your own knowledge and your own instincts and your own brain power. For the love of God, don't pay attention to any of the dribble in the media out there or what commercial, this and that. Oh my God, and what campaign ad and the vomit of the literature that comes in the mail. Do your own research.